Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void from ESL Pro Tour Spring 2024. It's going to be Oliveira versus Serral from a very excellent best of 5 that came out last week or so. It was broadcast live, and the replays are available for casting and reviewing. If you want a link to the replay pack, let me know. They tweeted it out because they are an excellent, excellent organization. Top left, it's going to be Oliveira, our Chinese Terran player. And in the bottom right, it is Serral, widely recognized as the GOAT of StarCraft. Artosis does not agree with that. He says it's Rogue, but I don't know. I feel like it's Serral. Anyway, hatch first in here at 16 supply. Here is Serral scouting for proxies from Oliveira, who doesn't like to do them very often, at least not as often as, I don't know, Clam or whatever, like other elite Terran players, but checking nonetheless is this Overlord and this Overlord. So, hatch first in it. Here is Serral into an extractor and into a pool. Bam, immediately at 200 minerals. Gas timing is going to be for a Reaper here, and skipping Reaper all the time is a bad idea because you don't have to make Lings unless there's a Reaper, and those could be 2 drones instead in the early game, and that gives you an advantage. So, I'm almost out of Reaper names. Thanks everybody who submitted one in the last week or so. I do appreciate it. So if you want me to use your Reaper name, go ahead and put it in a comment. Say Reaper name and put a backstory if you want. You don't have to. And I will read it as a Reaper name. Excellent, excellent. All's well. All is well indeed. So Overlord says, SCV is checking to see if I actually went hatch first. And if you get here and the hatch is done at 2 minutes, it was a hatch first, not a pool first. So you don't have to worry about keeping the Reaper at home for defensive purposes, so the Reaper can move out. This Reaper's name is Lightning Rod. Because I'm fast, is what he would say. Thanks, Yannick, for coming through with that Reaper name for me about 8 days ago now. I appreciate it. Actually, this is going to post like 2 weeks from when you actually gave me the Reaper name because of my buffer. But anyway, here comes the Reaper man. And the Reaper says, there's already Lings out. Can I get a Ling kill? How's Serral's Ling micro today? Is he going to get a drone, maybe? That'd be pretty amazing and awesome and fantastic. But nothing's happening here. Queen pops, and that's the time to get on out because Queens take no damage from a Reaper effectively. And, do a lot of damage to the Reaper and ranged. Wants that tumor so bad. Can't quite get the tumor, though. Brutal, brutal defense here from Serral. Absolutely perfect. Oliveira went for it. Couldn't quite pull it off. He's a fast player. He will, yeah. He's up here around 350 on average. Definitely pretty zippy. We'll see if that goes up. Third base timing here at 3 minutes. And we'll count the number of racks. That is something in the current meta of TVZ especially, is how many racks are you going to make? When is your aggression going to show up against the Zerg player? Can the Zerg player scout the number of racks and get the information as to how aggressive you're going to be and prepare adequately for it, right? Right. So that's what Overlord placement is here for. See how many racks are built. You're going to go for 3 of them, maybe 5 racks, maybe 8 racks on 2 bases, which is really aggressive stuff. Are you going to get a 3rd base and get 8 racks? Is less aggressive, still pretty aggressive, but delays the timing because of the expansion. So, got to count that racks. Got to see what's up with that. We are going to tech lab up this starport, which is probably Banshee. Not really, unfortunately, going to throw down a fusion core here. Battle cruisers are really kind of fallen out of favor of this matchup. And it's not that they've changed at all. They haven't gotten nerfed or anything. It's just a matter of Zergs are getting really good at shutting them down. So I don't know. It's not that we're never ever going to see them again, because units that don't show up for a while will show up eventually later, because like Zergs will forget, right? They'll totally forget how to deal with battle cruisers, and then Terrans will start incorporating them into their matchup again and be like, aha, you're going to die to this. Marine placement is so good. So Overlord comes in and says, I see a 3rd CC. That's incredibly good information to get. Sees, the tech lab working, and is he going to cancel that? He knows to expect cloaked Banshees now. That's a huge deal from Serral. That was a wonderful scout by him. Ends up seeing the cloak, seeing the Banshees. Oliveira does not change course. He says, no, absolutely not. We're going to go ahead and get Stim. We're going to get Cloak. We're going to try to harass the heck out of Serral here for the first couple minutes or so. Ooh, Roachborn down fairly early from Serral. Oh no. Does this mean he's going to go for a Roach Ravager timing attack? Pretty good. But again, Banshees will shut this down. I say this every time this happens. I don't know. I mean, having a couple of Banshees is honestly the super duper answer to any kind of Roach Ravager aggression. If you're just using these Roaches for defense, you're actually okay, because the Queens can cover them that way, right? The Queens on creep will do amazing against those Banshees. I mean, if they have Cloak, you might have to make an Overseer, which is not too hard to do because the Lair's coming in from Serral, because, again, he knows Cloak Banshees are in his future. So getting that Lair is probably for Overseers more than anything else. So here we go. Barrack. Ooh, my 4th CC at 530 from Oliveira. My goodness. My goodness gracious. What an absolutely crazy aggressive macro opening here from Oliveira. I love it. I support this against Serral so much. Get out there. Harass him with Hellions. Harass him with Cloak Banshees, use the Reaper to do stuff, but also macro your face off behind it. Beautiful. Oh yeah, 2 drones down. Every drone you kill here in the first, 10 minutes or so is really worth its weight in gold. Major, major problem for the Zerg player the more drones go down. I mean, look, 2 drones is not going to keep Serral up at night. Ooh, missed an attack. Going after those unbuildable rocks. Even the pros do it, people. They misclick on those unbuildable rocks too. Oh, I don't know about... Okay, well, you did fight the Queen. You took a lot of HP off for it, too. There we go. 5 drones go down. This Overseer trying to get scouts off sees the 4th CC. My gosh, Serral, you are so good at this. Serral takes a 4th base and might even take a 5th base here, considering he saw that 4th command center of Oliveira's. It's like, fine, I've already got creep spread over this way. Might as well take a base. We've got Roaches to handle, all this Hellion stuff. That's happening. Getting a Baneling Nest too, and Oliveira's ability to get up a big, 6.5, 7, 8 minute style attack. Oh, can he get through? Maybe one more volley of fire could have gotten through that evolution chamber, but no. Doesn't get through, cancels it anyway because the Roaches came in and covered that regardless. Roaches did a good job there. But yeah, you can't get a 4th base and saturate it as a Terran player and show up at 7.5, 8 minutes with a ginormous attack. Right, this is what it looks like. This is what we have now. It's not terribly scary at all. Roaches can handle all of this. The Queens will take down the Banshees, especially if they're injured. Another tank being added. A few more Marines joining this party too. It's getting a little bit scarier. But with the Baneling Nest, with Roaches, with Ravagers, with Queens, this really isn't anything that Serral should struggle to hold off. Oh my gosh, he's going for a 7.5 minute hive. This man is like, you went for a quick 4th CC. I can tech up and get a 5th base at the same time. You know what? I think he read it correctly, and I think he can. So, Crucibles can't quite get the tanks because they're not stationary. Crucibles really don't hit much of anything unless it's stationary. I think I killed a Changeling, which is hilarious. Changelings are mobile, but Zerg player not really microing their Changelings during battle, so Crucibles that you accidentally fire on a Changeling will probably connect. Even though they're mobile, hilariously, they might be the thing that gets hit the most as far as mobile enemies go. See, yeah, Oliveira doesn't even go for it. Oliveira's like, okay, well, this totally sucks. I can get a couple tumors. Oh, 4 tumors. Never mind. That's pretty fantastic. Is that another base? Oliveira. I like this a lot. Plus, a Ghost Academy here at 820. Oliveira's macro is through the roof right now. Of course, Serral's macro is equivalently through the roof. Banshees, ooh, got repaired up. We saw those SCVs coming in to repair these ladies, didn't we? Oh, okay. Fight this Queen, kind of. She does have a ground carapace upgrade. So it's a little bit harder for us to burn her down. But yeah, here we go. Drones getting killed all over the place. 13 drones total have gotten murked here. Banshees escape. Looking good. Looking good, Oliveira. Big, big fan of this. Creep spread pushing. Problem is, Serral hasn't lost a base, nor really been threatened by one. That Oliveira's attempt to get up here did not go well at all. And I mean, that's probably why we don't see a lot of incredibly fast 4th bases in this matchup. You can get away with the incredibly fast 3rd base and still hit that dangerous, dangerous timing for Zerg where they can die. And I will tell you, with a bit of a spoiler here, that Oliveira has taken Serral down in this tournament. Oh. 2 cancels for these Banshees using that 8-minute timing attack. So Oliveira is very capable of it. He just didn't do it here. He wanted that fast 4th base here on Oceanborn instead. Ooh, that's a cancel. Another canceled hatch. Is So that's 3 canceled hatches. Remember when I was like, oh, it hasn't killed any hatches yet? I'd argue that 3 canceled hatches, ooh, it's a nice snipe on that Banshee, is probably about the same as a killed hatch. I'll give credit where credit is due. Drilling Claws on the way. Those Widow Mines are getting double pumped here too. Adrenal coming in at a fairly inspiring 10 minutes. Here from Serral. My goodness, the upgrades are good here. So, yeah. Level 2 ground carapace. Another canceled hatch, and the drone dies this time up here. Wait, is that a different location? I don't know. Good Baneling Connect. Nice parasitic bomb on that Banshee. She ends up getting wiped out. Actually, how many kills did that Banshee have? She deserves to have her kills counted. 14 is not bad. At least one of those is probably a queen, right? Unless the other Banshee got credit for that kill, but... Lings. Right, killing things like maybe Banelings. 17, 18... 19 kills, and I think killed a Baneling there on that last volley, so that's a very, very cost-efficient Banshee. If all Banshees got 19 kills, Terrans would never lose games. They just make mass Banshee and get 19 kills per Banshee and win the day. Burrow Zergling up here to see if Oliveira is going to expand up this way because of his aggression expansion timing. There is an orbital here that could head up that direction. I suppose. Man, Serral's engaging off creep here. He's maxed out. He's got Adrenal. He'll fight you. He'll fight you wherever you want, man. Widow Mine, decent connections. I think Siege Tank maybe killed those Lings first. So, got to keep an eye on those Widow Mine hits. How many Banelings do they kill? Lings, do they do splash damage and kill their own friends? Maybe. Serral's expanded down to the south here. He is taking this top right 1, 2. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7th bases. So 7th base coming up top right side here at 11 minutes. Basically, Oliveira's like, I will out-expand you. And Serral says, you know what? I'm a Zerg player. I can probably out-expand you. Nidus Network on the way from Serral and a Lurker Den. Clicking on the Lurker Den, which should take me to the Lurker Den. There it is. Also getting Neural Parasite. Terran's working on vehicle upgrades because he already has that 3-3 on the way for his Marines, Marauders, and Ghosts. He's getting Personal Cloaking for the Ghosts, making 3 command centers at a time here at 11 minutes. I mean, the man is macroing as hard as he can. He's always been good at this. He's always been good in TVZ. He won a world championship, right? Back in 2021. 2023. Yeah, 2023 won it. No, 22. It's 22 he won his championship. So he's very capable here. Banelings crashing through. Tanks getting wiped out. Oh, Banelings, ow. Don't like using them on tanks very much, but, you know, if you have to. Oh, that third corrosive pile did come in and hit the tank, but he didn't take down the planetary. That's a tough call. I mean, Serral made the call, and obviously you can't second guess the GOAT as Nidus comes up over here kind of defending this base. But man, I maybe would have rather used those Banelings to kill the planetary than go after these siege tanks. Reducing the tank count when you're going Roach Ravager, Ling Bane is pretty important. I'm not going to tell you not to kill siege tanks. But my goodness, Planetaries going down represents a big hit to income for any Terran player, including Oliveira. So, got a Spire on the way from Serral. He's just kind of getting all of the pieces here. Getting Adaptive Talons. He's already researched Seismic Spines. Concussive Shells getting started from Oliveira. A little bit late, but he's been very heavy on Marines and Widow Mines and tanks and stuff. Yeah, this group back here, that's a pickup. Good pickup. And then Siege Tank gets shots, and a Liberator sets up. And a Viking is chasing down an Overseer. Good composition here from Oliveira. He still can't land. And another attack up north. Widow Mine. I don't know if that did a ton of damage. It might have actually helped kill that Liberator. This planetary up. Banelings connect. Are there enough Corrosive Biles here? Maybe there would have been, but the Ghost sniped the Ravagers before they can actually get the Corrosive Biles off on the planetary, plus the repair is there too. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, the left side base from Serral does get wiped out. The remaining Marauders, part of the guys that mostly died whenever they set foot on creep. Okay. Liberator just barely avoids dying to the Spore. Spore dies before Liberator dies. No! Did it waste a hit on the Viking? Kill the Liberator. Okay, doesn't matter. Hydra showed up. Liberator gets wiped out anyway. 5 drones go down. But, I mean, what? Serral's got 20 drones killed, 90 workers right now. And Income is favoring him. Obviously, we're watching the mules call down. And that's what that little spike up north is all about. But overall, I think Serral's doing okay economically. Another Nidus comes up top right again for defensive purposes. And this one actually stayed alive. The Marauders decided to chase this base down and actually killed a Spore. Helped kill some drones instead of going after this Nidus. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite Oliveira. But he's working on advanced ballistics for Liberators, high-sec auto-tracking. Oh, big drop at the 12 o'clock, wiping out 15 drones and a hatchery just like that. This is what happens when you don't have any Corruptors and you don't have any Mutalisks out. Drops are way more effective. It's just so hard to police that as a Zerg player. Greater Spire coming in from Serral. One of my favorite animations, I think, is how the Spire just goes, withdraws down on itself. And then when it's done, it pops up and it's ready to go. Oh, canceling another hatch. It's another canceled hatch, man. Once again, not quite the same as killing a hatch, but still. Boop, ta-da, we're here, we're Greater Spire. Ooh, a nuke is on the way from Oliveira. I'm probably going to put nukes in the title because, you know, that's what gets people to watch. But try to be surprised that there are going to be some nukes in this game. Well, probably. I mean, Serral's pretty good at picking off ghosts. It wouldn't surprise me all that much if this nuke didn't land. I don't know, you don't really make one nuke. It's another canceled hat. No, it's not. No, it's not. Pretty much the entire army for Serral is here to shut that down and says, no, it's not. Another knight is coming up left side in case this one dies, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't actually have any lurkers. He's got 14 Hydras, 2 Infestors, making 2 Infestors. He's adding, there you go. Yeah, 14 Hydralisks. These Infestors are new. Got some Vipers too. Gonna get some Parasitic Bomb out. Gonna get some Fungal Growth. Gonna get some Neural Parasite maybe as necessary. Serral going for it. Okay, he's going for it. Widow Mines getting connections. Oh, not really, but Siege Tank for sure. Somebody shot, and there you go. That Siege Tank probably killed those Banelings, but Serral has too much of the map right now, Terran fans. I don't like it. I do not like it, but it is too much creep spread. Not really enough work done clearing this creep by Oliveira today. I mean, I say that. It might have been in an attempt. He's like, okay, Marauders aren't going to be very good here against Lings and Hydras especially. They're good at soaking up Baneling hits, but they really suck against Hydralisks and Zerglings, which is 2/3 of the composition that's being used here by Serral. So let's replace those with Marines, add some more Liberators with the supply we freed up with those Marauders, and try to go more into a Ghost. It's not even that many Marines, really. It is a small amount of Marines here. 15 Ghosts, right? 15 Ghosts, 9 Siege Tanks, 8 Liberators. So the bulk of the army here is Ghost Tank Liberator. You know, pretty cost efficient, I would say the matchup is. Liberator set up in full range of Spores. At least that one did. This one somehow is not in range, and I'm not sure how. Range is tricky sometimes. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. Serral's just like, well, what up, an Ultralisk Cavern? And hey, what up? Let's get some Corruptors too. Make some Broodlords. You could probably move this Spore over a little bit and hit that dude. This guy sets up in range, well, Gal, sets up in range of a Spore as well. And then unsieges, gets out of there with all of 7 HP. And then Queens are like, no. And Vipers are like, no, actually not. We're just going to kill both of you. Neat. Is that a second nuke? Or is that... Did he try to call down a nuke and it got killed even before the announcement could happen? If that happened, I'm very sad. But hey, new nuke on the way. So less sad now, but just look at how much of the map Serral has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bases of Oliveira. So, as always in the later game here, it's a game of cost efficiency. Serral's lost 20,000 resources. Oliveira's lost 14. So it's fine, right? It's some pretty good traits here from Oliveira thus far, but you really... there we go, nuking up the high ground. Serral gonna recognize this. These drones are still harvesting. Does that... Okay, he does pull them. And good connection there. I mean, it's a nuke. I don't think it actually killed anything, so what am I even talking about? Blinding Cloud on the Siege Tanks. Fungal on the Ghosts would be good, but I don't know if there are any Infestors in this battle. Once again, Lings against Planetary. There you go. Their friendly Banelings showed up, and that's going to be enough to take it down. Plus 14 SCVs. So immediately, backup orbital comes in to take the job of the planetary, which is why killing planetaries at 19 minutes is different from killing planetaries at like 12 minutes, because the backups don't necessarily exist. These liberators are not long for this world, although the Hydras decided to leave them alone. There were more liberators actually covering them a bit in that area, so that's pretty rad. That is honestly pretty rad. Nidus Worm coming in. Extractor popping up. And Ghosts trying to snipe. They can take Baneling hits fairly well. They're not light. So they don't take that bonus damage that Marines do. And is this hatch going to go down? I don't see any reinforcing units making it up here, so hatch dies. Broodlings die. That's of little consequence at all. Serral really wants to kill this orbital, and it's an orbital, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, so this is all getting cleared out, but we can trade a base for a base, says Serral. Absolutely, positively, we can take a base and trade it out, no questions asked. Liberator shows up. Kills a Hydra, kills a Baneling, kills another Baneling, and dies. Yeah, I mean, at this stage of the game, 20 minutes into the game, you're fighting against Serral. You're probably not going to expect your Liberators to get a lot of work done here, but I like this position. Corruptors are out. There you go. Hunting Medivacs is very, very fun. Hunting Liberators is even more fun for these Corruptors. And there we go. This guy gets a kill. It's a Liberator. Liberators are not actually even retreating from this position. The Corruptors kill us so slowly, it's not even a big deal. Another nuke is on the way. Oliveira says one of these nukes will land and get some damage. Absolutely. Oh, Medivac dies. It's just... I'm a huge fan of Lingbane Corruptor in this matchup. I just feel like it should be more popular. Because the way you defeat a Terran player is to kill their Medivacs, right? 3 Medivacs have gone down. There's only 5 of them up here because it's a lot of tanks and Liberators here. So maybe killing Medivacs in this particular game is not going to be as big of a deal, right? Once again, nuking from the low ground to the high ground. This will kill several drones if it lands. Serral's not really having his attention put many other places. Ah, and the Ghost gets sniped before the nuke can even land entirely. It was trying. It was really trying to land. But yeah, Serral's just like, you want to come try to kill me, you can do it. Dude, Queen's fighting a siege tank. When the Queens have +3 armor and the siege tank has +3 armor is kind of interesting. Once again, nuking to the high ground from this position. Siege tank wipes out a Spore. This nuke does land. Hey, kills an Extractor. Hey, Marauder high ground dies. Oh, tank abducted to the high ground. That's a fun animation. You don't see it a lot. Stuff abducted from the low ground to the high ground and then killed is very, very fun. Pretty rare in StarCraft to see that, I would say. Anabolic Synthesis on the way here. 2 nukes at a time being produced. Oliveira's like, okay, so single nuke strategy, not doing what I'd like it to do. So tell you what, let's go ahead and go double nuke strategy here. Ghost cloaks, that means ghost nukes. There it is, another nuke. This same location is just Nukevana, man. Do you want to be here if you're anyone? No, I like that Serral didn't even bother building the extractor in this location because he knew. And Serral up top right says, hey, this is my base. The Lings are kind of having a hard time with this. Oh, we just caustic spray down the planetary. Don't waste any more Ling lives. Don't bring the Banelings in. Good use of caustic spray, man. Fantastic. But then, after the nuke lands, this group does take down the hatchery. Okay. So Oliveira killing hatches, canceling hatches, getting nukes off. Can't really protect his ability to get anything other than the bases he already has. Serral just very, very patiently enjoying the income advantage that he's got. I love this. One of my favorite things to do is spread creep to bases where Terrans especially want to try to re-expand or expand for the first time. Super, super fun. Using Niduses for it is very entertaining as well, if I'm going Swarm Host Nidus especially. Yeah, so Nidus south, Nidus top right. Everything's looking good. Oh, what have I been watching recently? Scavenger's Reign. That's R-E-I-G-N. That kind of reign, like a kingly reign. Out on Netflix. It's 12 episodes, 30 minutes each. It's about a bunch of people that get stranded on an alien planet. It's a sci-fi TV show, animated. Really good. Nice scan. Infestor does nothing. Absolutely nothing. But yeah, check it out. Scavenger's Reign on Netflix. Again, 12 episodes, 30 minutes each. Not that big of a deal. Ling, Bane, Hydra. Doing Ling, Bane, Hydra stuff. Viper's in the mix too. Ready to abduct if needed. Don't engage down the ramp because you don't need to. Serral says, I control enough of the map that I make the Terran player come on creep. We will engage here. Vikings, Widowmine does get a decent connection there. 12 kills on that guy. But everybody on the ground dies. Vikings sniping overlords. They have attack upgrades. Yeah, they've got +3 attack. Yeah, man. Vikings. Who knew? More Liberators, more Vikings, a Marine, two Marines, and a Marauder being produced right now from Oliveira. He's maxed out. But Serral's got an 8,000 minerals, 7,000 gas bank right now. Resources lost are 36 to 27. So it is growing, right, in favor of Oliveira here. It is a bigger gap than it was when it was 20 to 16. But percentage-wise, I'm not sure if it is. I'm not good at maths that way, especially not if I'm trying to stream. But, yeah, I don't know. You kind of want to have a bigger gap here. You probably want closer to 20,000 resources. If you're going to be down a base like this and don't have access to this thing, and it's basically mined out anyway, so congratulations, by taking this base, you get like 2,000 minerals out of it. I don't know if that's enough. Serral has taken most of the resources from that position. Okay, like you hear nuke, and where else is it going to be, I guess? On this bottom left side, where there's still not an extractor because why? I guess because there's a siege tank here. But, ooh, there's a Liberator. Ow! Liberator takes a nuke right to the face, but everybody on the ground dies there. Not using the Banelings to wipe out the orbital because why would you? Oliveira on the other side. A lot of Vikings. Not going to help all that much against the Zergling Baneling. The Liberators do a certain amount of work with it. And are we? Yes. Serral's being forced to come back home and try to deal with this. The Corruptor count is enough to deal with the Liberators. Is it enough to deal with the Vikings, though, is the question. That is a lot of Liberators, man. Okay, we're nuking this position. Let's see if that goes off. Parasitic bomb on all of this stuff that flies. Yeah, Ghost gets killed. Nuke does not end up landing. Some fairly disappointing nukes in this game. Maybe I won't put nukes in the title because, well, they didn't do anything. They killed an Extractor today and did some damage to a Liberator, I guess. This base, again, ooh, that's a nice Widowmine connection. 15 Banelings and, well, whatever that was. Combination of Lings and Banes. A lot of Banes, though. Definitely died in that position. Not ideal in the least. Army value, 142 to 136. So Oliveira's down, but not that much. The Ghosts, again, are pretty fantastic here, but you'll notice how many Lurkers did Serral make today? None. How many Ultras did he make today? 0. Broodlords? Also 0. Why? Because there were Ghosts out. Let them snipe Corruptors or Hydras or Lings or Banes. It's a terrible, inefficient use of snipe. It really makes Ghosts less good than they are when you go tier 3, tier 2.5 units like Lurkers are. Big engage. Are there enough Lings and Banes to bust through here? Absolutely. Ghost cloaked on the left side. Going to get rid of those Lings on some level. Got more SCVs. These mules are about 50% on their timer. So not as bad as full timer. Corruptors. There you go. See, we will snipe Corruptors. It's just not as efficient as sniping a Broodlord, which is incredibly fast. Any Overseers? No. Lings have to fall down. That's not great. It's 56 to 11 workers right now. Income tab just went blop down into Serral's favor here in the bottom right of that graph. 113 to 88 army supply. Oliveira has army supply, but he's mining on one base. He could grab these minerals, but that's not going to make a bit of a difference here. This base is mining. This base is mining out pretty quickly. There you go. Calling some mules down on these mineral patches. These are representing a lifeline for this man. Hey, look who's making Ultralisks. All right. There's 2 Liberators here, and I don't know. Usually pretty good against Ultras, but there's a lot of Hydras and Lings and Banes here, too. The targeting is going to get confused on those guys. Oh, man. Everything on the ground gets killed, and that's a GG. Serral gets the win. Oliveira taps out, and Serral's on top here in 29 minutes. What an absolutely killer, crazy ZVT there. I mean, we didn't get like massive engagements here today, but a bunch of really fun battles, right? Really, a lot of fun battles between the Zerg and the Terran here. A lot of Liberators died. Again, the Ultras didn't come out until the very end. And guess what? As a result, no Ultralisks died. Yeah, that last engagement was just Serral's like, I have more than you, and I can keep doing this for longer than you can, because look, I have a bank, and you don't. So resources lost actually closed the gap. It was 10,000 resources, and now it is 6,000 resources. Not good. Not a good number to stare at here. So GG. GG, Serral gets the win. And, I mean, this is... right? This is just kind of... just one of those games where you see... it takes this base, too. Why Terrans don't go for that super fast 4th base? You can't adequately put enough pressure on a Zerg player to slow them down or kill them at all if you're going for a super fast 4th base, and then they will out-expand you, especially Serral, and out-macro your butt, and then you're playing a catch-up game you cannot win against Serral. The way to beat him is fast. The way to beat him is proxies. The way to beat him is 8-minute timing attack, 7-minute timing attack, somewhere in there. That's how we see him lose in this matchup, trying to go macro against him. If you haven't tried to slow him down first, is a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. So... end of the day, 73 drones died. I mean, hardly even really matters, you know? Anyway, yeah, that was something. That was something to behold. Oliveira did his best. Serral was just very calm, cool, and collected. Did not overextend. Didn't do anything silly. And ended up picking up the win. So good job by him. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.